Teresa Morrow placed a cold sandwich before seat 2A. The plastic cover pressed against wilted lettuce. Across the aisle, a steak rested before Eric Wallace. Steam rose beneath the reading light. Eric had not ordered it. Leonard Gaines looked at the meal card. His name remained printed beside the steak selection. Accept the substitute, or I document the refusal. Leonard kept both hands beside the tray. Who approved the meal change? Teresa pulled the service cart toward the galley. She did not answer. Ironwood Flight 412 had departed New York that afternoon. The aircraft was scheduled to land in Atlanta. Leonard had reserved his meal during booking. The confirmation remained inside the airline application. He had selected steak with roasted vegetables. Chloe Sutton checked the meal list before takeoff. 3 steak orders appeared in first class. 3 steak trays entered the warmer. Leonard's name appeared beside seat 2A. Martha Quinn sat 1 row behind him. She heard Teresa confirm another passenger's pre-order. She watched the correct tray reach that seat. Teresa followed the same process across the cabin. Then she reached Leonard. She removed the sandwich from the lower cart drawer. This is the remaining option. Leonard opened the airline application. He displayed the meal confirmation. Teresa did not take the phone. We ran out. Chloe stopped near the coffee station. 1 covered steak remained inside the warmer. She had checked it minutes earlier. Leonard looked across the aisle. Eric Wallace was examining the meal card. A different seat number appeared beneath the cover. I did not order this, Eric said. Teresa kept one hand on the cart. It has been assigned to you. Eric pushed the plate forward. The card says 2A. Several passengers looked toward Leonard. Leonard remained seated. His seatbelt stayed fastened. The meal was not unavailable, he said. Teresa moved the plate back toward Eric. I made a service decision. Leonard looked at the sandwich. Then he looked at the steak. What required that decision? Teresa closed the cart drawer. She called his question argumentative. Leonard did not respond to the label. He requested the meal assignment record. Teresa said crew decisions required no passenger approval. Chloe stepped closer to the warmer. There may still be another tray. Teresa turned toward her. The look lasted 2 seconds. Chloe stopped beside the coffee machine. Teresa pulled the galley curtain closed. The fabric covered both attendants. Leonard heard the warmer door open. Metal touched metal inside the galley. Teresa spoke below normal cabin volume. You challenged me before passengers? Chloe said the meal belonged to 2A. Teresa reminded her about the lead recommendation. Chloe's schedule review was due next month. Teresa controlled the written evaluation. The warmer door closed. Chloe did not speak again. The curtain opened. Teresa carried the steak into the cabin. She placed it before Eric again. Eric kept his hands away from the plate. I will not take another passenger's order. Teresa removed the meal. She returned it to the service cart. Martha opened the passenger incident form. She entered her seat number. She did not submit it yet. Nora Field sat 2 rows behind Leonard. Her phone had recorded the service cart. The video showed Leonard seated. It showed Eric refusing the steak. Nora stopped recording. She saved the original file. Teresa returned to seat 2A. She pushed the sandwich closer. Take it or leave it. Leonard looked at the untouched cover. I will not accept a false substitute record. Teresa's hand remained on the tray. She asked whether he was refusing crew direction. Leonard looked toward the seatbelt sign. It remained illuminated. He had not left his seat. This is a meal dispute. Teresa opened the cabin incident menu. The screen requested observable safety conduct. She did not enter an action. She selected potential cabin concern. Chloe watched from the galley entrance. Leonard requested sparkling water earlier. No alcohol had been served to him. Teresa lifted the cockpit interphone. Captain Scott Merrick answered from the flight deck. Teresa identified Leonard as confrontational. Scott asked whether Leonard threatened anyone. Teresa said no. Scott asked whether Leonard left his seat. Teresa said no. Scott asked whether he refused a safety instruction. Teresa looked toward seat 2A. Leonard remained secured beneath the seatbelt. No direct refusal, she said. Teresa then raised an intoxication concern. Scott asked who observed alcohol consumption. The cabin phone remained against her ear. Chloe looked at the sparkling water glass. Teresa gave no name. She requested law enforcement after landing. Scott did not approve the request. He opened the aircraft communication system. He entered the first factual line. No observable threat reported. The message left the cockpit. Teresa continued holding the phone. She did not know the record already existed. Captain Scott Merrick read the message twice. The first line remained unchanged. No observable threat reported. He added a second line. No safety instruction refusal reported. Then he returned to the interphone. Keep the passenger seated. Teresa Morrow looked toward Leonard Gaines. Leonard remained beneath the seatbelt. Do not add another allegation without facts. Teresa ended the call. She returned to seat 2A. Her service smile had disappeared. The captain has been informed about your behavior. Leonard looked at the unopened sandwich. What behavior did you report? Teresa held the seat back beside him. She said he appeared aggressive and intoxicated. Martha Quinn lowered her reading glasses. Leonard's glass still contained sparkling water. Chloe Sutton remained near the galley curtain. She had served that glass herself. Leonard kept his voice level. Who observed me drinking alcohol? Teresa did not answer. She reached for the sandwich tray. Leonard moved neither hand. Across the aisle, Eric Wallace checked the meal card again. The card still carried seat 2A. He placed it on top of the steak cover. This meal was assigned to him. Teresa turned toward Eric. This does not involve you. Eric pushed the plate into the aisle. It involved me when you gave it to me. The service cart blocked Teresa's path. Several passengers watched from their seats. Nora Fields lifted her phone again. She recorded Teresa beside seat 2A. Leonard remained seated throughout the clip. Teresa returned the steak to the cart. Then the cockpit interphone rang. She answered, without leaving the aisle. Scott requested another crew account. Teresa said Chloe was occupied with service. Scott repeated the request. Teresa carried the phone toward the galley. Chloe accepted it with both hands. Scott asked whether Leonard consumed alcohol. No. He asked whether Leonard threatened anyone. No. He asked whether Leonard left his seat. No. He asked whether the steak remained on board. Chloe looked toward the service cart. Yes. Teresa stood less than 3 feet away. Chloe's voice dropped. The meal card belongs to seat 2A. Scott paused. Then he updated the ACARS record. Second crew account conflicts with lead report. He added another line beneath it. Service allocation dispute remains under review. The update reached Ironwood operations. Teresa took the phone from Chloe. She ended the call. You exceeded your role. Chloe placed the coffee pot down. Her fingers remained around the handle. Leonard opened a secure message. He sent 4 short instructions. Preserve the ACARS record. Preserve the meal assignment. Protect the junior crew member. Do not intervene during flight. Claire Donovan received the message. She served as Keystone Aviation's general counsel. She confirmed the passenger name first. Leonard Gaines appeared in the acquisition contact file. Keystone Aviation had purchased Ironwood that week. Claire did not contact Teresa. She notified Russell Boyd in cabin operations. She also notified the Atlanta Compliance Office. Operations sent Scott a private confirmation. Scott read Leonard's position. He did not announce it. He called the cabin again. Teresa answered. Transfer lead service duties to Chloe Sutton. Teresa looked toward the closed cockpit door. Captain, I remain the senior attendant. You remain assigned to safety duties. Scott's voice stayed flat. You will have no further direct contact with 2A. Chloe stood beside the galley counter. Teresa handed her the service tablet. The transfer entered the crew log. No passenger applauded. Chloe resumed cabin service. She collected the sandwich from Leonard's tray. She did not replace it with the steak. The meal remained sealed for review. Martha completed her statement. She recorded the original service exchange. She recorded the absence of any threat. Eric submitted his own statement. He attached a photograph of the meal card. Nora saved her video with original metadata. She sent nothing to social media. Chloe opened the supplemental crew form. She confirmed the meal count. She confirmed the sparkling water order. She confirmed Teresa's warning about her evaluation. Claire limited the archive search. Only complaints using the same safety code qualified. Only flights with Teresa as lead qualified. 3 files appeared before descent. 1 involved a black couple after a seat service dispute. 1 involved a Latino veteran asking for clarification. 1 involved a passenger accused of intoxication. No alcohol sale appeared in that file. Each complaint closed as a communication issue. Russell Boyd had approved the closure standard. Flight 412 began its descent. The seatbelt sign remained illuminated. Scott sent 1 final message to Atlanta. No arrest requested. Compliance review required at gate. The aircraft touched down 14 minutes later. Through the front door window, Teresa saw 4 people waiting. Claire stood beside station compliance. Russell held the preserved ACARS record. A labor representative waited behind him. The cabin door remained closed. Scott removed Teresa's lead authority pending review. The order entered the crew log before deplaning. Teresa still did not know Leonard's title. The record already did. The cabin door opened after the crew log updated. Claire Donovan stepped inside first. Russell Boyd followed with station compliance. A labor representative remained near the jet bridge. No police officer entered the aircraft. No arrest had been requested. Claire looked toward seat 2A. Mr. Gaines, please remain for a brief statement. Teresa Morrow turned toward Leonard. Claire used his name without explaining his position. Russell opened the preserved ACARS record. Teresa saw the Keystone acquisition marker. Leonard Gaines led the company that owned Ironwood. Her passenger report had already been submitted. Her lead authority had already been removed. The sequence could not be changed now. Passengers began leaving by row. Martha Quinn received an electronic witness request. Eric Wallace received the same request. Nora Fields transferred her original video. The file retained its creation time. Chloe Sutton remained near the front galley. Claire separated her from Teresa. Teresa entered a private interview room. The labor representative followed her inside. Leonard did not attend that interview. He gave Claire 4 instructions. No public release of Teresa's name. No private settlement for seat 2A. No change to the incident category. No discipline outside the labor process. Russell reviewed the meal assignment first. Leonard's pre-order remained active after takeoff. The warmer count showed 1 steak available. The meal card carried seat 2A. Eric had never ordered that meal. The service decision began the dispute. The ACARS note established what followed. No threat had been reported. No safety instruction had been refused. No alcohol use had been observed. Chloe's account conflicted with Teresa's report. Martha described Leonard's voice as level. Eric confirmed. Leonard remained seated. Nora's video showed his seatbelt fastened. The review panel issued 1 sustained finding. Teresa requested safety escalation without observable conduct. The meal decision remained only the trigger. The false safety report became the central violation. Teresa lost passenger contact authority immediately. Her international lead qualification was withdrawn. She could not resign in good standing. The company could not record a voluntary departure. A labor hearing followed 5 weeks later. Teresa said she relied on professional judgment. The panel placed the ACARS note beside her report. Professional judgment still required an observed action. Her report listed none. The 3 earlier complaints were reviewed next. Each used the same cabin safety code. Each began with a service disagreement. Each closed under Russell's management standard. The panel sustained the pattern finding. Ironwood ended Teresa's employment for cause. Her permanent file recorded safety report misrepresentation. She lost eligibility for lead cabin positions. She also lost safety reporting authority within Keystone. The union challenged the employment decision. An arbitrator reviewed the preserved records. The ACARS timestamps remained unchanged. The witness accounts remained consistent. The termination was upheld. Teresa's appeal status changed to closed. No public announcement followed. Chloe received a separate review. She had known the meal count. She had delayed reporting the conflict. Teresa controlled her schedule recommendation. That pressure entered Chloe's record. It did not erase the delay. Chloe kept her position. Her lead track review moved back 1 cycle. She received protected witness status. Her reporting line moved outside local cabin management. Captain Scott Merrick retained command qualification. His ACARS note preserved the correct sequence. His review still identified one delay. He should have requested Chloe's account sooner. The new procedure required that step immediately. Russell's review reached beyond Flight 412. His division rewarded fast incident closure. Safety codes removed disputes from service review. Closed complaints improved the base scorecard. Russell lost complaint closure authority. Part of his annual incentive was withheld. 2 local managers received final discipline. The base lost its cabin efficiency award. The withheld incentive funded the outside review. Ironwood adopted the cabin safety basis review. A service dispute could not become a safety event automatically. A lead attendant had to identify observable conduct. An intoxication concern required direct observation. A second crew account became mandatory. The captain had to create an ACARS basis note. Security requests required that note first. Supplemental crew statements could not be edited locally. Protected reports could not affect employee schedules. Unsupported safety classifications entered executive review. The 3 earlier passengers received corrected records. 1 security marker was removed. 1 baggage claim was reopened. Documented travel costs were reimbursed. None filed a new complaint. Leonard declined travel credit. He accepted the corrected incident record. Keystone completed the Ironwood acquisition. 6 months later, the base review was posted. Chloe had not received a lead title. Russell no longer closed complaints. Teresa's case remained in the labor archive. 4 metal hooks lined the scheduling office wall. 3 plaques remained in place. The cabin efficiency plaque did not return to the wall. This story is fictional.